make it a better place. It'll take creation, imagination.
Okay guys, sorry, I tried going live just a few minutes ago, but I needed more light and I needed more my video camera was my phone was dying because I didn't charge it last night. So I wanted to do, most of you guys will be seeing this on YouTube because I'm gonna upload this after I'm done, but I wanted to show you guys what a mess my Project Life situation is right now and how overwhelmed I'm feeling. So this is Violet's album. I have Violet's album out here. I have our family album for this year is right here, which is this mess. Then I have our family album, our second album from last year, which is right here. Go sit down, baby. Andrew's out here with me, and the girls just went to school. And then I have Kayla's album, which is right here, okay? So the reason why I'm doing this is because today on my website, I don't have a post for you guys, and it was going to be about our family album and kind of where I'm at, and it's just been a mess, you guys. I just feel very behind in all of this. Like, I've had all these pictures printed, and then I haven't put them in the albums, and so I was like, well, I thought I'll do this last night because I needed, I had said I was going to have a look at our album today, and so I thought, well, I'll do it last night, and I got all of this out, and I kind of freaked out. So the first thing I want to show you guys is our album from last year. I know this is going to be kind of hard doing this one-handed, but it's okay. Okay, so this is our album from last year, and let me show you guys the disaster that is back here. So I didn't have, Andrew, not up here, baby, not up here, over on the big couch. So I didn't have photos from the end of October all the way to December, through December. So I got those printed. This is kind of where my photos ended, okay? So I got my pictures printed, and you see, like, oh, you think, oh, it's okay, like, it's going okay, right? We have photos in here, right? Okay, look what starts happening. No photo, no photo, no photo. I did not realize how many photos I did not take at the end of last year. So what I did is I had this stack of photos. These are not by any means in order of, like, this isn't like necessarily whatever day this would be, November, whatever. I literally just took this stack of photos when I realized I was not going to have enough photos to fill all the spots, and I just started kind of placing them in where I thought they went. Like, I knew this was in November. It was before the weather got cold, really cold. I knew this was like in November, so I just placed it in there and tried to place it kind of in there in a way that filled the spots. So this photo and these two photos are photos of the same day. Like, I had 3 photos of the same day, but then I had no other photos apparently for like a couple weeks. So then you come here into December, and I talked a lot about, I did a lot of our photos in the Project Life app for Christmas. So anything special that we did, I did in the app. And you can see, like, no photos, no photo, no photo. And then I have a bunch of photos from when we went to my grandma's. So all of these photos, sorry, I'm going too fast. So all these photos were like in a 3-day span when we were at my grandma's. And I have a ton of those. Like, I have probably another, I mean, I could fill all of December with just the photos that were at my grandma's, but then I don't really want to do that. And then I decided for the pages that I did in the Project Life app, I'm not going to stick in our album. I don't really think I have room. I am going to stick those in a Christmas album, and then every year I'm going to do that. Just do our photos in the app for Christmas, and then stick them in that Christmas album that comes out. So I really, with this, I really do not even begin to know what to do. Like, I guess I'm just going to not have photos in a bunch of spots because I don't have any. Like, I literally just do not. I can't even fake it, you guys. So there's a lot of them. Like, I'm okay with like 1 or 2 spots missing, but like, here's a week that has only like 3 photos. And I guess, as I'm thinking about it, I guess I could just take some inserts out, and so then there wasn't as many inserts in for November, which I guess that would work. That's probably what I'll need to do, is just condense November so that there's not as many layouts. And then December, I'll probably just leave. Actually, that's a good idea. I just thought of it when I was talking this through. So I'm really bummed about that. I was not doing very good taking photos at the end of last year, and I told you guys that kind of at the beginning of this year, which was my plan to be more or better about taking photos. Good morning, Amber. Thanks for joining me. I watched your wrap Periscope last night when you were doing the Jamboree wraps, and I enjoyed that. So here is our album for 2016. And I'm doing a little bit better, but I'm realizing I'm not taking as many photos as I need to be taking. Okay, you guys? And I'm struggling. It's like the middle of winter right now. We've had a lot of rainy weather. We've been stuck inside. I feel like there's nothing worth taking a photo for, which is really odd for me to feel that way, because you guys know how much I preach to you guys about taking photos, and everyday life is, worth taking photos for. But I just wanted to be honest and tell you guys I'm struggling. So last night I went through my phone and I used the Pick Tap Go app to edit my photos. So I started going through all my photos and I started doing that. And then I started putting my sticky notes where photos needed to go. So the great thing is if you take photos on your phone, you have the date. So my personal preference for doing Project Life is I really like it to look real chronological. I really like to put photos in my weekly spread that are from that week. You don't have to do it that way. That can be a little bit more stressful, but it's just the way I work. So I did that, and I barely had enough photos to get through all my layouts. I realized for this last week I've not taken any photos. So I was like, well, I'm going to fake this a little bit and just so that I have photos in the spot. But I realized I really need to take better photos. So I am using my ultimate guide, and I went to January so I can start using the list again. I just need to look over the list and start trying to take some of those photos, right? So I have my running photo list that I started to fill out again. And then for Violet's album, for the girls' album, I was shocked at how many photos I have for Violet. Like, it did not take me any time at all to fill up her November. Sorry about that glare, you guys. Or December. In fact, I had more photos than I even knew what to do with for her. And then I had a couple for her for January. And then this photo right here, this is how stressed I was. And I was kind of trying to fake it. I had this photo in her November spread, her November layout. And I realized all of a sudden she got that pillow for Christmas. So this was a January photo. But I was so stressed after doing our album and feeling like I didn't have enough photos. I was feeling like, oh my gosh, I'm not going to have enough photos for the kids' album. And it turned out the kids' album I have plenty of photos for. The only album that I did not do last night was Andrew's album. I'm going to show you Kayla's now. And that's just because his is in the cabinet. I have all his photos, and then I know that I have plenty of photos for him. So this is Kayla's album, and this is actually 2 full years. So this is 2015, and then it goes into 2016. And I really love the way her album is coming together. I feel like I always love them so much more as they get fuller, and you can start seeing like really all of the things in it. Like, this is at the end of the school year for Kayla last year, and it's a layout I did of all of the different art projects and all of her work that she did. And I still have to journal some spaces, but I really love the way things start to come together when you can flip through the album and see things that are layered. And that's one of the things I really enjoy about Project Life. Like, here's a picture that she made that's in there. Here's some cards and stuff that she did at one point. More artwork. Okay. So back here, here's her class photo for this year for grade 2. So that's in there. And this, I actually just cut the page protector down and then just put some tape over it so that it fit the picture. I feel like the picture was an odd size. So then I also have done a few Project Life pages in the app for like the kids. Like this is one of Kayla's, some school stuff, and I just had that printed and then I stuck it in there. And then so back here I had all of, let's see, I had all of November. So this is November, and I haven't stamped the month, but I do have my tab. So I know what month it is. But I do need to stamp up here, and then that way I know. And so I had plenty of photos for Kayla for November, and there were a few photos that I had of all of the kids that I just got 3 printed of, like this one right here. This is a question that I get sometimes where people will say, well, do you print multiple photos for your children's album? Since I do 3, I do one for Kayla, I do one for Violet, and I do one for Andrew. I typically don't necessarily print the same photo, but I did notice that for November and December, I had a few photos that I did print just 3 of so that one could go in each of their albums, and this happens to be one of them. And it's just because all 3 of them are in it. It was a special event that we were at. And so I thought, well, that will work fine. I'll just put all 3 in there. And so I think there's another one here in November. This one right here. And I took this one with the intention of putting it in all 3 of their albums. So that's always an option too. So then November and December are completely full for the kids. And these are mostly photos that were at my grandma's. They weren't really photos. In fact, all the ones, there's only 2 that were not from my grandma's house when we went there for Christmas. And then for January, I don't think Kayla has, she has 1 photo in here. But I still haven't printed all of my photos for January yet either. So last night I uploaded all my photos, and I'm going to go ahead and get those printed. And then I'll go from there. So my goal, I'm going to have a blog post up tomorrow with, I'm going to upload this to YouTube, this video to YouTube. And I'll have photos of where my albums are. And then I'll also have photos of how my Project Life pages in the app came out for Christmas for you guys to see. So I just thought I would share this real look at kind of where I'm at. I just sat on the couch last night and did all of this, got all my photos in, and kind of just to see where I was. And so now at least I have a better idea. I mean, I think that's the biggest thing. The biggest piece of advice I can give is just get started, drop the photo. If you have photos, drop them in the album, because I didn't even realize that the end of last year was so bad. I mean, I had a chunk of photos, and I thought, oh, I have, I took photos, but I didn't realize that I had really not been in the photo taking mode at the end of last year. So that's what I did. I'm going to clean all of this up now, and then I'll take photos of it and I'll share it with you guys tomorrow. So thanks guys for joining me and hanging out with me, taking a look at my Project Life albums. I hope you enjoyed seeing that, and make sure that you follow me over on Facebook. If you have any questions, you can always ask, and I'm happy to help you guys out if you're struggling with something with Project Life. So thanks guys. I hope you have a great day. Hey guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me today, and thanks so much for watching this video. I know the quality was a little bit different and the way I was shooting it was a little bit different, but again, I did do it live on Periscope yesterday morning. So make sure you head over to my website where you can see photos of the album that I talked about, and then you can also see my Project Life app pages from